And welcome to DDNet's first proper stream after a couple of trials earlier in the week that I was quite happy with. I've decided to start doing proper streams, and going forwards I've got a schedule that you can see on digitallydownloaded.net, and over each week I'll be looking at streaming 4 times per week. Each time that I stream it'll be a different theme. Sometimes we'll be doing retro, sometimes we'll be doing JRPGs, but today we are doing what I'm terming DDNet After Dark, given that it's Friday night and everybody's in the mood to be casual and relaxed. I'm going to be looking at kind of fan servicey games on Friday nights. So that's what this one is going to be. Today we are looking at Bullet Girls Phantasia, which was a game that was released it was released in Japan, obviously, and then also in Asia. It was translated into English for the Asian market as well. So that's the only way you can play it. It was never released actually outside of the Asian mainland. So if you want to play this one, you'll need to get import it from a place like Hong Kong or Singapore. So no, it's not really erotic, but I can't stream those. It's all about the fan service, not the hentai. So I'll just give people a couple of minutes to log on if they want to come and say hello and watch as I play. So this is fairly early on in the game, much like Warriors All Stars earlier in the week. This is one of the games that was affected by my lost save when I had to reformat my hard drive and stuff, so I had to start again. I got through some of the boring stuff, so it kind of gets a little bit better from here, and the missions get a little bit better. Not that this game is particularly good by any means, it's not about being a good game, but yeah, you get to see a little bit more than just the tutorials at this point that I've got up to. So just give people a couple more minutes to log in, and then we'll get going. Well, it's implied. There's some implied, like I said, it's very fan servicey, but it's about as fan servicey as the PlayStation 4 will allow, because the PS4 doesn't allow for full H games. But this one does it pushes the boundaries even by Sony's more lax standards a couple of years ago. Let's put it that way. Okay. So basically this is a shooter thing. Go into the missions, whoops. Because this is a Japanese game, you press the X button, it goes back. You press the circle button to go forwards, and it always messes me around. Play too many Western games. Okay, so missions. It's basically a shooter thing. See, Chapter 1 is all the intro stuff. Chapter 2 is when things start getting a little bit more interesting. Let's get into it. So this mission is a dungeon search. It's mission 7 we're starting with the stream at. Search the dungeons for the Dark Elf. Nice and easy to understand conditions. So yeah, the hardest difficulty mode is called Ecstasy, which is a good sign. But we'll play on normal. So, for the attacker, I will go with... Who will I go with? Let's go with... Let's just go with the plain old Aya. And away we go. It's been ages since I've played this, so I'll probably be absolutely terrible. Probably make all kinds of mistakes. I don't even remember what the buttons do. So that's going to be fun, but anyway, we'll figure it out as we go. Now with all that loading time, you'd think it's a particularly high quality game graphically, but no, it's just not very well optimized. Hello, Perfect Frost. Welcome to the stream. So basically, this is the shooter for people who aren't particularly good at shooters and just want to enjoy the fan service. It's not exactly a difficult game. We're not talking about Call of Duty here. No, it doesn't. You can't apply logic to this game, I'm telling you. There's absolutely no logic that applies to Bullet Girls. Even within its own fantasy universe, there is still no logic that applies to it. I did find a treasure chest, which is cool. Now how do I open it? Oh, sorry. Okay. I'm trying to work out which is the dodge button. Oh, there we go. You can also do a faceplant with the dodge button. That's pretty cool. That's my AI helper being absolutely no help at all. Hello Christian Woods, welcome to the stream. We've got a whole crew of people here, which is great. Good to see you all. You're obviously here for the quality game content I'm playing. Okay, so I'm obviously making progress. That's the arrow. Oh. Oh. So those treasure piles turn into skeletons. Oh. My ally got a little bit injured, as you can see. We're all getting injured here. And that was mission success. See, it's a very high quality game, this one. Yes, this game definitely knows what it is. Still got an S rank. So, for people who haven't actually seen this game series before, I believe it started on the PSP, possibly beforehand. I know there was a Vita one, which I've also played. But this one's a little bit different to those ones. The Vita one, at least, I remember it being a bit more of a kind of cover shooter thing, which was really like like Call of Duty meets stupid fan service. But this one is more, I don't know, dungeon crawler shooty thing. I don't know what it's actually trying to be honest. I was actually contemplating doing Dead or School this week actually as well. That's definitely on the list of ones to look at some stage because I quite like Dead or School. I mean, I don't think it's a brilliant game by any means, but it is. It's a little bit closer to something that you can take seriously as a game, not just for the for the fan service. You know, it's not just one that is just stupid fun because it is that fan servicey stuff. It's actually got a bit of gameplay to it as well. So apparently in that last mission I did defeat a Dark Elf. I don't remember where I did that, but I did do that. And it's very Lord of the Rings.
ダークエルフめ、あなたが父上を。待て待て、決めつけるにはまだ早いんじゃないのか。いいえ、このものです。このものに違いないのです。うにゃー、シルビアが暴走し始めたのだ。みなぎ、なんとかしてくれ。姫様、ごめん。ありがとう、みなぎ。お姫様を少し離れた場所で気づかせてあげて。この子は手配書のダークエルフにそっくり。魔導書を盗んだ本人に間違いなさそうね。かなり衰弱していますし、体を温めた方が良さそうです。ダークエルフを運び出すための担架が必要だな。誰かそのあたりのもので。どうしてここにいるみゃ。どうしたの？いや、なんでもないみゃ。なんだか変なメリーナだな。
Well, that's probably the main reason to play, so let's have a look at the shop. What can we buy in the shop now that we have new clothes to buy? Play dress-ups. There we go. So we've got fantasy armor, and school swimsuits, of course. Let's go with Royal Knight outfits, shall we? Oh, must have already bought that one. Cool. Must have already bought that one too. That must be the new one. Oh, I'm not rich enough. Okay. Have to loot some more stuff. Grind. Gotta do the grind. So if we go into the change rooms, this will probably be where I can change the uniforms. There we go. Okay, so this time I'm going to have to escape the castle. So I went in there to go and find the Dark Elf, and now I need to run away. Speak for yourself. They can be real. It's just what you believe. If you believe hard enough, everything can happen. Oh hey, I can actually pull up this thing on YouTube and say hi in the chat as well. I can watch myself. Isn't that great? What's your opinion on Beautiful Fighting Girl? Do you mean Murray Rose? Unfortunately, Murray Rose does not. Murray Rose is not in this game. She would be perfect for this game. I haven't read it, believe it or not.
違います。このドラゴンです。あの忌々しき漆黒のドラゴンです。
Looks like I'm be fighting the dragon this time. Goodo. That should be exciting.
ドラゴン？そんな、またみゃん？この辺境まで戻ってきたのです。 ドラゴンの炎から異形が生まれた。ドラゴンの青い火炎に気をつけて。それって私たちも？さっきそんなこと言ってられ。
I love it.
榎本彩、燃え盛る炎になります。
Skyrim wishes it had dragons this cool. Not yet. I will. They're on the list of things to do. There was like 4 visual novels that showed up on the Switch this week, so... I wouldn't be surprised. You shoot the dragon and it's like some magic kind of thing and turns into a very scaly, fan-servicey anime girl. That would make sense.
課せられた任務はどんな任務でも成功してみせるよ。敵の攻撃をしのぎきるのよ。頑張るよ。
Uh-oh. Skeletons. They're so tough. Okay. For anybody who happens to have played Schoolgirl Zombie Hunter, this game feels very much the same as that, and Schoolgirl Zombie Hunter was released in the West, so that's why I mention it. There might be some people who have played it. It really does feel very similar, and obviously it has a similar theme as well. So, yeah, you can call this, I think it's by a different developer and everything, but you can call this an unofficial game in a similar genre. In a way. I think my partner's about to cop it. Those clouds are very strategically placed. Oh yeah, of course. Dead or Alive Extreme should absolutely let you set up the characters as couples. For me, it would be Murray Rose and Hitomi. They make the perfect couple. Treasure? You never know, they could have something on the side. Totally okay to have something on the side. As long as everybody's cool with it. Open relationships and all that. Oh, so I am fighting the dragon. Here we go. Die, dragon. This is going to be a boss battle. Oh, no, orcs. With cone hats. I think the cone hats are meant to be armor. Come back, dragon. There's a treasure that's there. Let's grab some loot. Crowd control time. Shotgun. People don't like Christy because she's mean to everybody. It's kind of the point, I guess, but she's still very mean. I don't like Christy. Christy's not my kind of character. Whoa. Someone's shooting up there. This shotgun's pretty good. Should have been using it all along. Why are they running away from me? Ah, didn't land that kick. I don't know what that guy's doing. Treasure chest. Looks like I'm going to escape. I did. I escaped. I don't see why not. That would be a natural extension of both's work, I suspect. Okay, we've got a whole lot of loot there. Good for me. Some new panties, which is just what you need. Apparently, that's all your armor. I don't know if there's going to be much of a problem to having to fight this dragon. It seems to be a whole lot of still pictures to me. It should be easy to defeat a still picture.
戦車を軽く持ち上げそうなサイズですね。あの鱗ではところどころ異形化しているところがあったのだ。そこはきっと。そうだな。諦めるに。あなたたちは不思議です。
I love the way that the cutscenes in this game has this obsession with making sure that every single character gets a chance to say something in every single cutscene. Otherwise, you might think that one or two of them aren't important enough. So you get every single character gets their input. It's a very democratic system of adventuring around these old castles. Even the annoying cat girl. This ain't Nekopara.
私もメリーニャンモフモフ。さて、マイ部長、これからどうしましょうか。結局、魔法使いには会えませんでしたか。魔法使いは引き続き探す必要はありそうだな。ただ、そうね。一度キャンプに戻りましょう。これからのことは休みながら考えましょう。今まで誰もがドラゴンを伝説上の生き物だと思っていました。けれどその伝説は今まさに私たちの前に立ちふさがっています。3ヶ月前、異界から戻ったドラゴンは人間に復讐するために町や村を次々に焼き払い、世界を混乱させました。そして父が魔法使いを連れて儀式の山を登ったというのが、そう考えると封印を解いたのはダークエルフではなく我が父上なのではないかと不安に駆られます。
Yeah, there are actually a lot of characters. Like I said at the start of the thing, having not played this game for a very long time, my memory on it is phasey, and I don't remember 90% of these characters. Yes, Crystar, I can guarantee you Crystar is definitely on the list of streams to, or the list of games to play. I'm going to be doing a JRPG focused stream on Saturday mornings, my time, and Crystar is amongst the games that I will definitely be covering in that one. I'm 99% sure that I will do Blue Reflection first, because Blue Reflection is a game I love dearly and I wanted an excuse to play it again anyway. But after that, yes, Crystar is a game that I love a great deal, and it would be good to have an excuse to play that one again as well. Very good game. Spectacular game. I could almost do that. I could do that. I mean, Blue Reflection is a localization by Koei Tecmo, and I think most people know what to expect from Koei Tecmo in their localizations. They're not perfect, they're not undebatable, but they're not terrible either by any means. And I think Blue Reflection is pretty much alright. It's on same par as the translation for most of the Atelier games anyway. You know, same kind of process really. I imagine they went through to translate it.
3ヶ月前に国王は魔法使いを連れ立って儀式の山に登ったという事実、魔導書を盗んだ犯人を捕らえていたのなら。
You know, there is an awful lot of text and plot in this game, and I don't think anyone's actually playing it for the plot.
我々の世界に戻るのに魔導書が必要なのは変わりない。
The Blue Reflection localization is the characters speak in Japanese. 99% sure. It's just English text. I don't think they got. If they didn't get if they did get English voice actors, there's the option to play in Japanese, and I always play games in Japanese with a Japanese voiceover, so I can try to translate or try to listen to the text while I read it in English, and it's a way of me helping me to develop my Japanese skills. I mean, that helicopter in the background there is probably the answer to the dragon too. So, you know, jump in that and go and shoot the thing down. No, there's no self-insert in this. It's, like I said a little bit earlier on, it feels very much like an extension of what Schoolgirl Zombie Hunter wanted to be as well. So it's that kind of, it's pitched in exactly the same way really, and mechanically it's very similar, and in terms of the structure of the narrative and mission structure and all of that stuff, it's all very similar. So if anybody listening has played Schoolgirl Zombie Hunter, given that it is available in English, you basically know what you'd get if you were to play this. I mean, this is obviously available in English as well, but Schoolgirl Zombie Hunter is actually available in the West. In fact, it's Sony has a big in Japan sale going. I think it's live right now actually, and you can get Schoolgirl Zombie Hunter there for like $10. So there's my plug for that game. I'll look at that one down the track as well. I mean, yes, but how much of the publisher was responsible for that, I wonder. There might be some licensing involved, but I mean, Japan's got a long and proud history of artists doing their own thing with their favourite characters, and I know for a fact, for example, the Hatsune Miku Dakimakuras are definitely not licensed by Krypton, but yet you can buy them. Those also make me... they're also a little bit odd. That's not my vision of Hatsune Miku, let's put it that way, but they're there, so, you know, it is what it is. Do they actually have official art for that? I don't remember seeing any of it. I've been to... I mean, at Tokyo Game Show every year, Koei Tecmo sets up a huge merchandise booth where they sell an awful lot of stuff, and they have sold a lot of Blue Reflection stuff, but there's never been a Daki there. So I don't know if it is an official thing. It might be official art, but I don't know if it's an official product that Koei Tecmo actually produced. You can actually get away with a surprising lot if you play in the otaku space in Japan, with fan art and merchandise that you just kind of create, and yeah, you end up selling quite a lot at places like Akihabara because it doesn't seem to be so closely moderated. Or at least if it does get shut down, there's a lot of stuff that kind of floods in to replace it. So I'd be very wary about anything that doesn't feel like it's a right fit for a brand being sold like that. So especially duckies, and a lot of the kind of the R18 rated posters and tapestries and stuff. Um, I'd be very cautious about thinking that those are officially licensed stuff. Was Blue Reflection actually banned anywhere though? That's the question. I know it basically became unavailable in Australia, but it was rated R18 plus here. You technically, I mean, Koei Tecmo could have technically sold it. I just think they decided not to for some reason. Um, I'm pretty sure that it still kept its R18. I don't think that was reassessed. I think that game being banned is a bit of an urban legend. Let's change characters just for the hell of it. Let's go with a low-level character, just to see if it actually changes anything. Let's go with Sylvia. Change the buddy to green hair. Green hair's always good, especially when she's got a bazooka. I mean, I think you know who my favorite Senran Kagura character would be. I think you know. I'm sure you know. You can guess it in one. Guarantee it. Everybody would be able to guess it in one if you follow me on Twitter, which I'm pretty sure everybody in this room, this stream tonight is. You all know which one my Senran Kagura girl would be. Okay, so I don't want to use the sword, use the gun. So after all of that conversation, and that was a very long conversation, we're in a foggy, mountainous area. I think that's meant to be mountains. Foggy, mountainous area, and we're about to go and shoot some more stuff. As to what, I don't know yet, but I'm going to get some treasure first. It's back to jellies. Oops. No, my favourite Senran Kagura character is Marie Rose, because she was in the beach soaking one, the shooter one. What's it called? Peach Beach Splash. So she counts. She gets to be a Senran Kagura girl. That skirt is incredibly short. I can't actually change the camera angle to I guess I could put it there. That is one very, very short skirt. Oh! Ah, corpse again. I'm not sure why. I mean, each of the characters has a pistol as part of their loadout, and I'm not sure why, because you can't actually run out of ammunition. So, pistol is usually, I mean, it's weaker and it's slower. It's basically the backup weapon, and yet, for some reason, you can actually use it. Maybe you can challenge yourself by going for pistol runs. I don't know. It's a weird inclusion. We'll use a sword next. See how that works. That's impressive. Okay, so this sword is terrible to use. There's such a long recovery after using it. It's just pointless. Go back to guns. Obviously this game wants me to use guns. I will say that if Call of Duty was more like this, I would actually give it a much higher rating. I would play a lot more of it. I still think this is much better than Call of Duty. I swear, my favourite thing about this game is the way that the AI monsters just go in all random directions and it's never where you expect them to go. And yes, I need to go this way. Nope. But does everybody have the skill to use the gunblade? That's the question. Isn't the whole point Squall is like some super special guy and he's the only one that can use those things? Him and Sifa, aren't they the only two that know how to use gun blades? Because they're highly technical or something. I mean, there has to be some reason, because otherwise everybody using, instead of, you know, Zack going around punching people. Not that he's bad at punching people, he's very talented at that, but it doesn't seem like the kind of weapon that you would naturally assume that people would use in a world where everybody else is using guns and gun blades. And even nunchucks. Big oversized nunchucks. I should do a playthrough of Final Fantasy VIII at some stage for this thing, for this streaming stuff. What a game that is. Speaking of Final Fantasy VIII, if you haven't played the if you haven't played the remaster, it is a particularly good remaster. Given that nobody thought that it would be even possible to do a re-release of Final Fantasy VIII because it was lost code and stuff, it was quite the special experience to be able to play it again. Oh, but you should. Final Fantasy is great. The whole series. People have their favourites and least favourites, but Final Fantasy is consistently good stuff as far as I'm concerned. It's hard with Final Fantasy and stuff as well, because it's like, you just know that if you start to play it, there goes another... Well, Final Fantasy VIII is what, 30, 40 hours of play? And you just know if you start it, you're not going to want to give up midway through, because then you're going to have to start it all over again. So, always the problem with JRPGs, but at least it wasn't Persona Persona 5. I'll never play that game on this stream because I'll never be able to actually finish it. Be between it for like a year and a half. I'll still be plugging through it. Right now I'm not reading anything in Japanese. Right now I'm keeping my head above water with all this COVID stuff going on. It's keeping me pretty busy. I'm trying to do things with the website as well, like launch this streaming stuff. But when I get a chance, there's the author of Grotesque, and I can't remember her name right now. I have one of her books in Japanese which I want to try and read because she's not too hard to read, and I really enjoyed Grotesque. Very good book, that one. Ah yes, Little Busters, that's right, that was one of the 4 visual novels that were released on Switch this week. Little Busters I actually haven't played. I know it has a good reputation. I really need to at some stage. I still reckon they need to put Seiya no Uta on the Switch. That's the visual novel that everybody should watch. Read, sorry. Play, if you want to call it that. That's my favourite of all. Of course it could never go on Switch, so that's never going to happen, but it would be nice. Oh, here I was going to pick Saki for this next mission. I can't do that. Oh well. Let's give Purple Hair a go. Why not? Oh, that's my buddy. Nintendo should just open the console up completely to R18 rated visual novels. It wouldn't be the first. It wouldn't be the first of them that they've altered to make it work on Switch. There is an all ages patch version of Seiya no Uta on Steam. Well, there's a censored version of it, and then you can download the patch to uncensor it. It doesn't. It never made sense to me to have an uncensored version of Seiya no Uta. I mean, the game's the kind of the point of the game is the stuff that's behind the R18 rated part. You can't really get past that.
蹴り荒ぶる狂気の弾丸、ここに登場。
I'll put all of my visual novels on the Switch and then charge $60 for them.
面倒な任務は嫌なのだ。
指定ポイントまで突破するのよ。
任せるのだ。
時間がないよね。迅速に行動しましょう。
Oh, hey, this is fun. I like the bazooka. I'll get there eventually. I will look at those kinds of things at some stage. That would be great. I mean, I'm pretty sure that the DD games play... I'm pretty confident in saying that the DD games play better than this one. They don't quite have the same level of fan service. But, you know, I'm working towards it. I suspect that the point of this game is not so much the characters are cute, it's more to do with the length of the skirts. There's a very different... This is a very different approach to fan service. But in all fairness, yeah, it's... like, I'm not surprised that this game never actually made it, even amongst some of the braver Western publishers, because... You look at a game like Schoolgirl Zombie Hunter, which did come out in the West, and it has some more personality than this game does. This game just, it really doesn't have much going for it at all, other than the obvious joke of playing it in the first place. But in a weird way, it is... Oh, there's a dragon shooting at me. But in a weird way, it is kind of fun in offering that. You just need to check your expectations at the door and just accept that you're not going to have a... You know, it's by no means a great game. All of my visual novels are a self-insert. Oh, Archer Girl. I'll have to investigate a way to give DD a gunblade for a future game. I'm not sure whether that'll come before or after the DD beach volleyball game. I like how she says follow me and she's the one who ends up following you. Anyway, I'm not going to criticize the very hard work of these developers. Oops. I will say, I bet the people who developed this game did have fun developing it. I'm sure this was a hoot to develop. Because if you think about it, you don't need to worry too much about quality control or anything like that. You just need to come out with the most ridiculous fan service cutscenes you can. So, you know, that's kind of for the dream, really. Whoa. And now the camera's let me down. Cool, there we go. Mission success, I did it. Yatta! I escaped the dragon's clutches.
うにゃ、もう終わりなのか？物足りないのだ。いい暴れっぷりだったのだ。もう少しで私とツートップを張れるぞい。レベルアップしたのだ。まあまあ出たかな。でも物足りない。地味なのも悪くないかな。少しはお金の足しになったかな。
I wonder if I've got enough money to afford the school swimsuits now. That was obviously the next big goal for all this grinding, so...
どうもシルビアの知り合いだったみたいで、逃げている途中にシルビアがエルフの女の人とどうも偉い人みたいなんだけど、ああ、レンジャー部顧問のメイ。私はエルフのことゴンドリアの守護者ハルディナ・クリサントゥ。異界の門の封印を解き、ドラゴンを呼び戻したの。神羅万象に選ばれし至高の存在であるエルフ族の務め。
I'm not sure if this is a big game. I don't know how much it cost. It cost probably a fortune because the Australian exchange rate was so terrible when I bought it, I think, with Hong Kong.
守護者ハルディナ。
姫騎士殿、今何と言おうとしました？そういった話題は私の前では禁止ですよ、禁止。
え？ああ、言い方。
その話題は禁止です。言い方を。これだから人間という種族はエルフを敬うそばから私まだ6。
レミ、日の本。
何ですか？
あの人の前ではメーカさんと同じ NG ワードで頼む。
あ、はい。今のや NG ワード？そんな。レミさん、
まあまあ、落ち着いてください、ハルディナさん。私たちは意図してこの世界に来たのではないのです。
そうなのです。ご存知、手配書のダークエルフの身柄を押さえており。手配書のダークエルフですか？異界の門はドラゴンが待ち伏せています。それにしてもあれは見間違うはずない。あれはミッションをプレイするよ。
Well, that's lovely. The new fighters joined my team. That just means longer cutscenes. Because they've got to give her lines now as well. But that's right, I can buy new costumes. I think I have enough for this now. There we go. I have all the costumes now, lucky me.
いろんなものが買えるよ。ミッションをプレイするよ。さーて、どのショーを始めよ う成長したよ。行くよ。必ず成功してみせるから。メリーナ、魔法使いの匂いはどう？
I wonder if we'll get a HD version remake of this on the PlayStation 5. Because they're going to keep all of the series going and do HD remasters of everything like they did for PS3 to PS4. So, you know, it would make sense that they'd do this one as well, or a new one. Imagine how good this game would look with slightly better graphics. I have absolutely no idea what a modern erotic JRPG Maker game is. I have not played any of those. I have to admit, not a single one. Would not know what they even look like. If you give me some names, I'll check them out.
なんだって？いや、何この揺れは。この感じはしょうがない。みんな戦いたいだろうが。
Okay, next set of characters available. Let's go with Saki and... Oh, she's going to be annoying. Okay. So while we wait for this loading screen to move through, what's everybody on the stream going to be playing this weekend in your isolation? What games are on your agenda? That'll be a good one. That really does look like a good game. I must admit, I'm hoping to get a review code because there's 2 of them on the Switch. But hopefully, I get a chance to review those soon. Hello Neo, I'm playing a amazing Japanese game. A real work of Japanese video game art. Sweat sensors on the controller would work overtime. Final Fantasy Remake. What chapter are you up to? Hi Britta, I didn't realise you're on the chat. Good to have you here. I will say, since you have played the Vita one, Bullet Girls on the Vita is a much better game than this one. This one is... yeah, it's just not up to the... I mean, Bullet Girls on the Vita had some creative ideas going for it, so this one is definitely a step down because it's a little bit less... it's a little bit less of its own thing. Oh, you still got ages to go if you're still in the war market, so you've still got some of the best and saddest scenes to come yet. Yes, you're waiting for the full version. Oh, that's a mock boss. You're waiting for the full version of Trials of Mana to come in. How far does the demo let you go? That was to Britta. I've actually... I need to work out how to talk to multiple people on a chat at the same time, because I haven't had to do that before. Oops. Taking a bit of punishment here. That's a pretty substantial demo if it takes you all the way to Chapter 7. Doesn't sound like Square Enix at all, to be honest, so... Ah, yes. Animal Crossing has had a big new update, didn't it, this week? This week, was it? I must admit, I'm at that stage with Animal Crossing where I basically log in each day just to do a bit of fishing, just like I did with the 3DS one. I have an obsession with Animal Crossing fishing, and that keeps me going for like 300, 400 hours in the end, but I don't do much else. Whoa. Those are very nice underwear. Very flowery. Thanks for dropping in, Britta. Hopefully we'll see you at the next one. If you're around, check out the stream tomorrow morning, my time at about 10 o'clock. I think I set it down as. Probably be Blue Reflection, so that'll be a fun one to talk through as I'm playing. In fairness to Square Enix, they do make new ones as well. The Final Fantasy 15 was the last numbered Final Fantasy. That was the last time the proper Final Fantasy release. And then they've also done a whole bunch of Final Fantasy themed spin-off games which are all original, like World of Final Fantasy, Chocobo Dungeon. Well, Chocobo Dungeon's a remake, I guess, but yeah, World of Final Fantasy's there. Final Fantasy 14 was original, so 7's the first remake in the entire series history, like the first proper remake, so that's why it was so noteworthy. I don't know where I need to go now. I'm a little bit lost. That's a fascinating bug. This game. Oh, she's still there too. Maybe that's the way I need to go. Let's go this way then. You're in for... That's a little bit creepy. She's teleporting around in that position. Okay. Yeah, Blue Reflection is genuinely... like, it's a game I can't praise enough, so... Yeah, I mean, definitely check it out, or just watch some of the stream. I'll only play it in small amounts each week, so you'll get a chance to get a feel for the game before I review it. Or sorry, before you get too far in and get into spoilers and stuff. So definitely. I'm absolutely lost. I don't know where I need to go next. This is fascinating. Nope, don't need to destroy that. That's my secret goal, is to get everybody playing Blue Reflection all day long, every day.
もう動けないわ
I'm going to make that game a hit yet, even if it takes a couple of more years. And then they'll have to make me a second one for me. They'll have to. I really am lost. Maybe I need to go through here.
もう動けないわ
How fascinating. Maybe I've triggered some kind of bug.
もう動けないわ
Maybe I need to...
助けて
Ah, heal her. That makes sense. She was down and out. That was the problem. No, we'll definitely not get a Blue Reflection 2 anytime soon, if ever, unfortunately. It was not a critical success by any means. The worst thing was a couple of weeks ago, I want to say. A couple of weeks ago, Mel Kishida, the artist that made the designs for Blue Reflection, was out there talking about, you know, it being a year or two, maybe 3 years or something. It was a milestone for the game, and he was out there sharing some art and stuff, and it almost sounded like he was working on a sequel, but that won't happen. Unfortunately, we don't deserve nice things. Well, this is frustrating. I am almost certain that I've somehow triggered a bug that has stopped me progressing through this level. Great. Yes, but if Koei Tecmo made a visual novel Blue Reflection, it would never come out west because they don't publish their visual novels. I'm doing one more lap and then I'm quitting out of this mission. That's terrible. Oh, you mean an actual book? Yeah, I can't see that happening either. Koei's not exactly being invested in books in the past. If they were making books, they should make a book of Samurai Dynasty Warriors. That'd be great. I have absolutely no idea. I'm so stuck. Search the castle for clues. Oh, hang on. There's a little... Maybe I can get up there. That might be it. If I pull that up, there's potentially a room up here. Maybe I can climb up there. Not like that. There's no jump button, which doesn't help. I think I need to go through there. I think the bug has stopped that from tricking. So you can see the little gemstones north of there, but there's no way to get there. So I think that might be the problem I'm having. Anyway, let's exit out. Let's withdraw, because I'm pretty sure I'm stuck.
お菓子をもっと食べておくんだったよ
I was on track too. S's for kills and player damage. There is one more thing I can show you. I just realized before the end of this stream. This is a real eye-opener, if it is what I remember it is. Which I'm pretty sure it is. At least they still give you loot after you quit yourself out of a mission. Maybe there's an awful lot of bugs that ruin missions and they knew that. Okay, so... outside of those things, there's also the occasional time where you need to do an intensive drilling. which, yeah. So,
尋問って面倒破損させる部分は衣装の破損
you pick your character for the intensive drilling. Let's go with her.
尋問ですか受けて立ちましょうポーズの周りに立たせるギャッマ尋問相手
I have no idea what all of that stuff is. This